Kill Bill. Bang, bang, he shot me down. An American martial arts film directed by Quentin Tarantino. I've killed a hell of a lot of people to get to this point, but I have only one more. Captivating audiences with its witty dialogue, stylistic editing, and awesome fight sequences. Pulp Fiction. It's a chopper, baby. A 1994 crime film with linked stories of violence and redemption. Earning an Academy nomination for Best Film Editing. Inglourious Bastards. We're in the Nazi-killing business. A 2009 war film. That's a bingo! Is that how you say it? Receiving multiple awards, along with 8 Academy nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Film Editing. Hey guys, Morgan Martini here. This week we are recognizing the talented Sally Menke, the brilliant editor behind all of Quentin Tarantino's movies. First, let's begin with a little background. Sally was born and raised in New York. She attended New York University's Tisch School in the Arts Film program, graduating with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in 1977. After college, she began editing documentaries for CBS. Hey, I work for CBS. In the 90s, she worked on films such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heaven and Earth, and Mulholland Falls. Sally then interviewed for an editor position on Quentin Tarantino's team. He sent her the screenplay for Reservoir Dogs, and she was in complete awe. In that moment, she knew just how badly she wanted that job. She decided to call and check in, and that's when they offered her the position, and she's been working for Tarantino ever since. Some of the movies they've worked on together include Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, and Inglourious Bastards. In 2007, Quentin Tarantino claimed, "The best collaborations are director-editor teams where they can finish each other's sentences." Sadly, Sally has passed away in 2010 at the age of 56. Her body was found near a hiking trail with her very dehydrated dog by her side. It was determined that the cause of death was heat-related. Sally may not be with us today, but her legacy still lives on. Okay, let's talk about Sally's work, starting with the process of editing. Typically, when I'm editing a scene, my plan of attack is to first pick the best takes. Then I put together an A-roll, which is based purely on audio and dialogue. Once I get the pacing, I work with the visuals. The goal is to capture the emotion, even a frame off, and it can make the audience feel a completely different emotion. In an interview, Sally talks about her editing process with Tarantino and explains they have a very special director-editor relationship. It's very important to build that trust. Her plan of attack is to start out by giving Tarantino what he wants. Or should I say, what he thinks he wants, which is a very long edit. Many directors get very attached to their materials, which is understandable. As a director, you're there from pre-production to production to post-production, and you put every fiber of your being into this masterpiece. Unfortunately, cutting down is a very necessary process to keep the audience engaged. As a director, we call this killing our babies. Sally nurtures his babies until he is ready to kill them off. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Oops. Let's move on to some of Sally's editing techniques. Quentin Tarantino is a very dialogue-based director, which can be a huge challenge for an editor. But Sally has mastered the art of capturing emotion by knowing when to cut to reaction shots and when to let a shot breathe. One great example of this is the Jackrabbit Slim scene in Pulp Fiction. It's a very long, drawn-out talking scene, but somehow the audience is engaged the whole time. Well, a big part of that is because of the timing and pacing of the editing. Another wonderful example is the opening scene in Inglourious Bastards. It's a very well thought-out interrogation scene. Sally uses shots with great facial expressions to help portray the emotion in the scene. The editor can very easily change and manipulate the tone of the scene just by picking different facial expressions, or even by holding a shot for too long. Another technique Sally has mastered is the art of building tension. At a pivotal moment in the interrogation scene, she uses a cutaway shot of the people in hiding to heighten the tension. In Kill Bill, Sally uses a different technique to build tension. One great example is the hospital scene. She uses split screen, which is a rare technique. On one side of the screen, you see Uma Thurman laying in the hospital bed, unconscious, innocent. On the other side of the screen, Elle Driver is preparing to kill Uma Thurman. As an audience member, you're thinking to yourself, Uma, wake up, wake up! Another technique Sally loves using is editing action scenes with heavy sound design. When you cut on sound effects and you cut on action, it creates a smoother transition between edits, creating a rhythm and a flow. She uses this technique in many of the fight sequences she edits. I also personally love this technique. Sound makes a huge difference. A couple great examples of this in Kill Bill include the fight scene between the bride and Elle Driver, and also the bride versus Go-Go in the Crazy 88 scene. I love the choreography. The editing is fantastic. At one point, Sally uses quick edits to show everyone filing in. Then there is this calm before the storm. Uma looks around at all the fighters she is faced with. The action is totally cheesy, but it's so awesome. Well, there you have it. I think we can conclude that Sally Menke is not only an outstanding female filmmaker, she is also an inspiration. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and until next time, this is Morgan Martini, signing off.